Politan, great to have you with us tonight here on Closing Arguments. It was the story of the day. Everyone watching Johnny Depp on the witness stand. Unbelievable, fascinating, captivating on many different levels, and so intimate as well, the details that we're learning. But the first reaction many people are having who are tuning in and watching Johnny Depp is his slow delivery. How he takes his time to make his points on the witness stand. And some people are discounting it, saying it's a show, he's an actor, this is what he does, right? He's putting on a show, it's all rehearsed, etc. I don't necessarily agree. I don't agree. You know, actors, when they're acting, are given lines that are written for them. What is happening in that courtroom on the witness stand is clearly unscripted. Nobody wrote this out and he had to remember his lines and he's delivering them. No. This is real. What we're seeing on the witness stand, what you're seeing and hearing is Johnny Depp. It's Johnny. It's not a character that he has created. It's not a script that his lawyers wrote for him. I mean, think about the way this is going. They ask a question, and then between the pauses, the thoughtfulness, and the details that are part of every answer to every question, he is going on and on and on, unlike any witness we have ever seen here on Court TV. Usually it's a back and forth, question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. The lawyer's trying to pull teeth. No, it's a question, and then everybody sits down, and then Johnny Depp's one-man show begins, taking over that courtroom, absolutely taking it over. Make no bones about it. I mean, it's his words. You know, many times it's the lawyers kind of leading the witness or leading their client through all of this, trying to navigate. Not at all. The lawyers are merely prompting him. Well, what about this? And then he goes on, sometimes literally for 10 minutes in an answer. And it's the details in those answers that for me are so important. Because Johnny Depp is not just speaking and just recalling. He's painting a picture. He's creating an image. I mean, you can visualize as he describes each of these moments. He is taking you there. And maybe that comes from being a performer, from being an artist, from being an actor. That part I'll give you. But it's a gift, and it's unlike most witnesses who take the stand. Sometimes they're, come across just like he's telling stories. And sometimes people might get frustrated, the delivery's a little slow, but let me tell you, those people that are saying that are still waiting and anticipating what will come next. What is he going to reveal to us? What is he going to tell us? And from my perspective, as we sit here tonight, he has told a series of stories and painted a grand picture that is exactly what he wanted to do in his case, which was get his story in front of everyone. But there was one story today that I think was the most powerful, and it was this bar scene that he described, where he had gotten into a fight with Amber, had locked himself in the bathroom, and then when he got out, he went downstairs. They're in Australia. He's in the middle of filming one of the pirate episodes or movies. So he's in the middle of all that. He's home after work, and he's down at the bar, and he describes this violent moment between him and Amber Heard. But he doesn't just say, yeah, she threw a bottle at me. No. He takes you to the scene. You're at the bar with him. You can picture him doing everything. Masterful job. I mean, it's etched in my mind. And you think about the impact it has on everyone else who's listening as well. Let's take a listen, because this is, I think, one of the prime examples of the effectiveness of what I'm seeing, of Johnny Depp on the witness stand explaining and telling the jurors, telling Amber Heard, who's listening, and telling the world what he believes really happened.
Again, I had been sober for many, many months from alcohol and substances, aside from the marijuana. And I left the place, the room that I was hiding in, or not hiding, locked myself into. And I went downstairs in the house. Downstairs in the house, as soon as you walk in the house, you can go upstairs or downstairs. Downstairs, there was a sort of a rec area, pool table and such. And there was a bar. And I was a mess. I was a wreck. I was shaking, and I just didn't understand why all this was happening. So I went behind the bar. I grabbed a bottle of vodka that was there and a shot glass and sat at the bar. She was nowhere around. And I poured myself 2 or 3 stiff shots of the vodka. First taste of alcohol I'd had in a long time. And then she came down to the bar and found me there. And of course started screaming, "Oh, you're drinking again, the monster," and all that. So she walked up to me and reached and grabbed the bottle of vodka, and then just kind of stood back and then hurled it at me. And it just went right past my head and smashed behind me. So I stood up and I walked behind the bar, and there was a larger bottle of vodka, the kind with the handle, on it. I grabbed that and I went and I sat in my seat again. I opened the bottle and I poured myself a shot and drank it. Miss Heard was flinging insults left, right, and center, and she then grabbed that bottle and threw that at me. And the way that the bar was situated and where Miss Heard was, so if I could show you, so if this is the bar where the glass was and the bottles, if this was the bar and I was sitting here like this, she would grab the bottle and she would go there. She went there. And so I was leaning like this in the chair, looking at her. First bottle went, then I got the other bottle, shot. Takes the second bottle, which was the larger one. I'm in this position again, and my hand is on the edge of the bar, like that, leaning over, the fingers like that, and she threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. And I honestly didn't feel the pain at first at all. I felt no pain whatsoever. What I felt was I felt heat. I felt heat, and I felt as if something were dripping down my hand, you know. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed, and I was looking directly at my bones sticking out.
Now, in most trials, most witnesses describing an incident like that, it might be, well, I went downstairs, I was drinking some vodka, and my wife came down and she was angry and she grabbed the bottle, she threw it at me, and it would be done. I mean, that was like 5 minutes and change to describe every detail, every emotion of the moment. Let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter, who is live outside the courthouse in Fairfax County, Virginia tonight, was inside the courtroom for all of this. Chanley, it's unlike any other witness. This is captivating, it's compelling. Ultimately, yeah, he's got to convince the jury, but this is such a different experience in hearing a witness tell stories.
Right, for as long as he wants to, Vinny. And these jurors, they just keep their cool. You know, everyone in the gallery is sitting on pins and needles, hanging on his every word, and the gallery is just observing him like they've observed every other witness so far in this case, taking occasional notes. But I do notice, really anytime when a witness stands up in a jury box or leaves, the witness box, or leaves the box to demonstrate something like you just showed, that's a powerful time, because that really does draw everyone's attention, all the jurors looking on, observing every movement the witness is making, and just reliving that moment with the witness. And those are powerful times for Johnny Depp as he explains this story. He tries to repaint this narrative of Amber Heard's allegations towards him. So I did notice a shift in at least one of these jurors. She's the woman who sits on the front row, the only woman on the front row, one of the older people on the jury. And she today did give away a little slight nod or two. So when he turns to the jury to speak to the jury, at times he has seen that she will make eye contact with him. So Johnny Depp a lot of times looks at this particular juror and she will nod in response. She took more notes today as he told his stories. And I also noticed this juror looking towards Amber Heard, the only one really on the jury panel who will spend time looking over at Amber Heard to gauge any sort of reaction, movement from her, as Johnny Depp is really detailing violence and cruelty inflicted upon him by that woman right there. And so that was an interesting shift today. Of course, let's talk about the gallery. They, of course, hook, line, and sinker for Johnny Depp. His fans, they will laugh when he laughs. They will sigh when he sighs on the witness stand. And I noticed on cross-examination, when the tone shifted a little bit, Vinny, there was a lot of murmuring in the gallery, like, let him speak, don't cut him off, that kind of thing coming from those watching.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about that cross-examination, because we got just a little bit of it at the end of the day, really setting things up for tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising. Everyone was expecting the day to end, but there was about 20 more minutes left on the clock, and Ben Rottenborn was ready to go, Vinny. And he wanted to gain control of that cross, even with Johnny Depp seeming a little bit impatient, talking back a little bit more. He would interrupt Johnny Depp. But the first thing that the defense focused on was the op-ed, where the direct testimony left off, why Johnny Depp believed that Amber Heard's 2018 op-ed defamed him, what type of movie roles he lost before the op-ed. And there was this one moment particularly strong for the defense about something Johnny Depp signed and agreed to. Let's watch.
Mr. Depp, that is your signature on the right, correct?
Yes, it is.
Dated August 15th, 2016, right?
That's what it says, yes.
And this is this is a document you signed, right?
For the third time, that is my signature, yes.
Can you go to paragraph 27, please?
Paragraph?
Paragraph 27.
Okay.
And this paragraph is a joint statement that both sides agreed to release. And if you look in the block quote there, it contains the quote, or it contains the statement, neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. Neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. Did I read that right?
You did.
Neither party has made false allegations for financial gain. Maybe his attorneys can work with that language, but you can bet that this defense is really going to home in on that throughout their case. And it'll be really interesting to watch all day tomorrow as cross-examination resumes, Vinny.
Oh, yeah. Big day tomorrow, the cross-examination. Chanley Painter in Fairfax, Virginia. We'll get back to you in just a second. I want to bring in special guest joining us from Vail, Colorado, executive producer of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which starred Johnny Depp. Robert Vail is back with us. Robert, thanks so much for coming back. Great to see you again. I wanted you back on because I wanted to get your reaction to seeing Johnny on the stand and his testimony, your thoughts, your reaction. What are you seeing? I mean, you know Johnny a lot better than any of us.
Thanks for having me back, Vinny. I watched the testimony all day. I watched every minute of it. And it came to pretty much the same conclusion you did when you opened the show. I don't think he had much prep from his attorneys. I don't think he wanted it. I think that he didn't want to come off as rehearsed. He just wanted to answer the questions as the answers came to him. Obviously, they was coached on what was coming. Hopefully they'll coach him for the rebuttal because they did some damage, I think.
Rob, let me ask you about what I was mentioning, his delivery. So if you're speaking with Johnny Depp and he's not in a movie and he's not a character, he's just Johnny. Does he have that slow, deliberate, almost thoughtful delivery in conversation?
It depends. In general, if you're just chit-chatting about what's going on the set, it's just regular. No real thought, deep thought required. But speaking with him about books or music, then that's the exact way that he speaks. On the phone, in person, and could be tedious.
Yeah, I could see that phone call could take a while, right? So to me, it's coming across as very genuine, and what you're telling me is, yeah, that's the way he is when he's serious and he's being himself.
Absolutely, but I'm looking to see. To be fair, granted, I know the guy, but he's a showbiz friend. So, I don't see him much these days. I'm a recluse. But he wasn't acting. In general, when I see celebrities doing stuff, whether on trial or just on a show or something, you could tell that, they're stretching the truth. But no, he wasn't acting.
Robert Vail joining us tonight from Vail, Colorado. Appreciate your insight and your time tonight. Thank you so much. And I'm sure we'll be speaking again. This trial could be going on for another 5 weeks, Rob. Great to see you.
Yeah, you too. Good night.
Okay, when we come back, folks, another fascinating part of this whole thing is Johnny Depp's relationship with his mother and how that relates to his relationship with Amber Heard. We'll break that down and play a pretty shocking piece of testimony when we come back.